November 24, 1971. A rainy Thanksgiving Eve in Portland, Oregon. A man carrying a dark briefcase steps onto a flight to Seattle. He looks completely ordinary, but in less than an hour he will pull off the most legendary crime in American history and then vanish forever. Shortly after takeoff, the man hands a note to the flight attendant, Florence Schaffner. Thinking it's just a phone number from a lonely passenger, she drops it into her purse. The man leans closer and whispers, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." Note demanded $200,000 in negotiable $20 bills and 4 parachutes. No games. Florence walks to the cockpit, shaken. The pilot is notified. Up in the air, a hostage situation has officially begun, and a plane full of innocent people has no idea. While the plane circles Seattle, the FBI frantically scrambles on the ground. They must gather $200,000 in unmarked $20 bills and track down civilian parachutes. The man on the plane, who signed his ticket as Don Cooper, waits calmly, sipping a drink. The plane lands at Seattle-Tacoma Airport. Cooper keeps his cool. He exchanges the 36 passengers for the cash and the parachutes. The passengers leave, completely unaware they were part of a hijacking. But Cooper isn't done. He orders the pilot to take off again. His instructions for the next destination are highly specific: fly toward Reno, Nevada at the lowest possible altitude under 10,000 feet and keep the speed remarkably slow. The flight crew is terrified. Outside, a violent, freezing thunderstorm is raging. Cooper chose the Boeing 727 for a specific, genius reason. It was one of the few aircraft featuring an aft stairway at the very back that could be lowered during flight. At 8 p.m., a warning light flashes in the cockpit. The rear stairs have been deployed into the freezing night. Somewhere over the dense, rugged forests of Washington state, in a blinding storm with sub-zero temperatures, Don Cooper ties the heavy bags of cash to his waist, straps on 2 parachutes, and jumps straight into the dark abyss. He disappears into the night. When the plane safely lands in Reno, heavily armed FBI agents swarm the aircraft, expecting a standoff. They rush into the cabin only to find it completely empty. Don Cooper is gone. The only things he left behind are his clip-on black tie and a few cigarette butts. The FBI launches NORJAK and NORJAK, the biggest, most expensive manhunt in American history. Hundreds of soldiers, FBI agents, and search dogs push through the brutal, snow-covered wilderness of southwestern Washington. They search for miles, looking for any sign of a parachute. As the media rushes to cover the story, a journalist mistakenly reports the suspect's name as D.B. Cooper instead of Don Cooper. The name sticks. The famous FBI sketch of a stern, unreadable man in dark sunglasses is plastered across every television screen in America. Weeks of searching turn into months, and months turn into years. The FBI finds absolutely nothing. No body, no clothes, no parachute, and not a single trace of the $200,000. It was as if D.B. Cooper had literally dissolved into thin air. The FBI had recorded every single serial number of the bills given to Cooper. They distributed the list to banks, casinos, and businesses worldwide, offering massive rewards. But year after year, not a single one of Cooper's bills ever enters circulation. The money is badly degraded, rotted by time and water, totaling nearly $6,000. The FBI rushes to check the serial numbers. It's a perfect match. This is undeniably D.B. Cooper's ransom money. The mystery, however, only deepens. How did the money get there? Did Cooper die during the jump, his body and cash washing down the river? Or did he deliberately bury a small portion of the money to throw the FBI off his trail? No other cash is ever found anywhere else. The FBI begins to build a profile. Cooper knew the exact layout of a Boeing 727. He knew how to operate the aft stairs, and he chose a jump altitude that would hide him from radar. He was calm, polite, and calculated. He had to be an expert paratrooper. But seasoned skydivers disagreed. They pointed out that no true expert would jump into a freezing, blind thunderstorm at night into a dense forest wearing a trench coat and loafers. Was Cooper a criminal mastermind or just an incredibly lucky amateur on a suicide mission? Over the decades, the FBI investigates over 1,000 suspects. The first major candidate is Richard McCoy. Just 5 months after the Cooper heist, McCoy hijacks a passenger plane in the exact same manner and escapes by parachuting with $500,000. McCoy is caught days later, but he doesn't match the physical description or the age of D.B. Cooper given by the flight attendants. The FBI confirms he was in another state during the Thanksgiving hijacking. Richard McCoy is ruled out and the hunt continues. Years pass, and in 1995, a new suspect emerges from a deathbed. A man named Dwayne Weber whispers to his wife right before he passes away, "I am Don Cooper." His wife is shocked and begins looking into his mysterious past. Dwayne Weber had a history of military service and looked remarkably like the composite sketch. The FBI takes the claim seriously. They retrieve DNA from the black tie Cooper left on the plane and compare it to Weber. The result? A total mismatch. Then came Sheridan Peterson, a brilliant Marine veteran, smoke jumper, and technical writer who worked at Boeing. He possessed the exact technical knowledge required for the heist, and he loved extreme skydiving. He even joked about being Cooper for the rest of his life. Despite the striking connections, the FBI could never find a single shred of forensic evidence linking Peterson to the crime scene. One by one, every promising suspect leads to a dead end. The true identity remains locked away. In 2016, an independent team of scientists uses advanced electron microscopes to analyze the black tie Cooper left behind. They discover something incredible: microscopic particles of titanium, bismuth, and rare earth elements trapped in the fabric. In 1971, these specific chemical alloys were only found in highly restricted facilities, like Boeing's supersonic aircraft development labs. This strongly suggests that D.B. Cooper wasn't just a random thief, he was likely a high-level engineer or contractor working in aviation.